So this is what your sort of a single state financial statement would look like, which is like raw, only 2 or 3 headers: revenue, expenses, and net income. Here, then you would say that, okay, as a company or as a person, we would love to see the bifurcation. We would love to see the bifurcation in the sense that we want to have in-depth understanding of that entire income statement. So number one, as a company, you have sales. Now, understand this. In Indian terminology, in Indian companies, all the Indian companies would put it as sales. But the moment you talk about accounting standard, which is IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard, when you talk about IFRS is one of the reporting standard. IFRS paper, I'll take different lecture. There's going to be a total different lecture altogether on IFRS. So, couple of I would say accounting standards which are like predominantly world renowned. We can say that we start with US GAAP, which is the sort of a full form of GAAP is nothing but generally accepted accounting principle. You've got US GAAP, you've got UK GAAP. Likewise, you've got IGAAP, which is nothing but Indian generally accepted accounting principles. Getting the point? So this is what you have as far as IGAAP is concerned. But now everybody said that, okay, we don't want GAAP and all that, we just want IFRS. So when you look at companies, I'm also going to show you a couple of live examples today. So IFRS में क्या होता है, or other US GAAP, UK GAAP, all the foreign companies, they'll put it as revenue. But in the Indian companies' financial statement, you will see that it is written as sales. Getting my point, right? So you've got sales. Now, then you want to do the bifurcation, which is operating expenses. Okay, you got operating expenses. Then you have operating income. Then you have non-operating or other whatever expenses or revenues. Now, how do you bifurcate this? So I'm going to tell you a couple of things. So let's just say you as a person, let's take one person for example. You as a person, you earn a salary, okay? And at the end of the month, you want to now do the bifurcation. You know what? I want to check my all expenses. Where did I put the money? Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your salary, which is nothing but let's say 1 lakh. You started with 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to make headers. You're going to make headers. So headers are going to be household expenses, header number 1. Okay. Number 2, household, maybe if you want to kind of bifurcate, you can bifurcate that. Grocery, let's say toiletry, right? Let's say whatever, like anything, right? Uske baad you can add in entertainment expenses. Okay. Then you can add in medical expenses. Okay. Then probably miscellaneous. Okay. Samjha? Simple si baat. So what happens when you are going for multiple state financial statement? It actually helps you. It actually helps you to kind of understand your expenses and your income properly. Getting the point? Now this is what exactly is happening here. So company says that, you know what? I basically want to kind of bifurcate this. So I have revenue, which is let's say XYZ amount. Okay. But I want to understand how much money I incurred to make this revenue. So that's called as cost of goods sold. So you are a product-based company. You have produced certain goods. You sold them. You make some revenue, right? But to produce those goods, let's say yesterday I gave an example of like Apple Pencil, right? So that is something is called as cost of goods sold, right? This is going to be the main expenses because you are selling the product and you are making money out of those products, and that's why you say that sales minus cost of goods sold is going to be nothing but gross profit. So I now have a gross profit. Fine, I now have a gross profit, which is 25,000. Just an example. Just an example. Okay. So we're gonna go with this. Just an example over here. Fine. Now from this, as a company, I do bifurcation. Okay, what are my operating expenses? Because see, you have produced these products and you have all these products with you. But again, you have certain operating expenses also, which are again bifurcated in let's say selling expenses, advertising expenses, commission, administration, so on and so forth, right? So all these are going to be the operating expenses. So your total operating expenses, अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे, that's nothing but 30,000. So 25,000 is what you earn as a gross profit. Getting the point? Then you kind of minus, you deducted all your operating expenses. Now you've got 12,000. That's your operating income. Okay. Then you have non-operating or other income, which is again in Indian standard you can have non-operating. It means if you look at the headers, interest revenues, gain on sales investments, all the income that you got it from different sort of earning resources or earning sources. Getting the point? So you will have total non-operating what? Income, right? Now here you might want to put loss also. Here you might want to put loss also. Okay. So expenses minus loss, you will take the total, that's 6,000. Whatever is left is your net income, which is 18,000. So this is what you need to understand. Okay. Now here, couple of things are missing. And the major thing which is missing is nothing but taxes. Okay. So as a household or as a salaried person, right? You put in your salary minus all the expenses. Let's say salary is like 1 lakh, whatever, and expenses are like say 50,000. This is your net income, which is nothing but 50,000. Okay. Now you might say, okay, sir, there is something called as TDS. Whatever salary that we are getting, that is, net of TDS, right? Tax deducted at source, right? So whatever salary that you're getting is net of TDS. But I'm assuming that this salary is not net of TDS. This salary is basically your gross salary. Okay. And then what happens is that you actually subtract you deduct your tax, which is, let's say 5,000 is your tax, right? 5,000 is your tax. 5,000 is your tax, let's just say for that particular month or whatever. And then you realize that, okay, 45,000 is what is my income in hand after all the expenses, right? Now, this is something called as disposable income. I am teaching you this. It's a part of personal finance. ये आप करोगे if you are somebody who is doing some program, CFP, Certified Financial Planner. So CFP में आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा disposable income. What do you mean by disposable income? Disposable income means an income or amount of income which you can use for yourself now. Fine. So this is what happens in the case of salaried person. In the case of company, what you have is net income, but that should be after considering the taxes. So what is missing here is nothing but taxes. Now, let's understand a couple of things. Now, I'm going to kind of show you, let's just say, let's take Apple example. One second. Okay, I'm going to show you Apple car. Okay, so here we have Apple car financial statements. That's what I'm going to show it to you very quickly. And the reason that we need to do this is because it's quite unique and there are certain things that we can learn from this. Okay, one second. Can you just tell me what you see on my screen? Can you just tell me what you see on my screen? Okay. Okay, can you see the PDF now? Can you see the PDF now? Apple ka PDF? Can you all see the PDF? Okay, no problem. Let me. Okay. Fair enough. I am just going to share it again with you very quickly. Okay, so okay, here it is. Okay, I hope now you all can see Apple income statement. Just tell me yes or no. Okay, fair enough. Now, if you look at here, okay, understand this income statement that I'm showing today, this one out here, okay, this income statement is 10Q. Okay, this statement is 10Q. Now, how did you get to that statement actually? So let's understand how did we get to that statement actually. So I'll show you how did we download, and I also want to kind of show you that how you can actually because there are certain income statements, there are certain filings that people don't know how do they come and all that. So I'm going to show that to you, that what sort of filings are required. Okay, So whenever you go on any company's website, right? What we did yesterday, we talked about Apple, and I showed you whatever they are actually filing. But there's one point that we missed yesterday, which I wanted to cover today. So what are you going to type in Google? Apple investor relations. Now my question to you is that why we are typing in Apple investors relations? Come on, quickly tell me the answer. I told you yesterday why we have to type in Apple investor relations. What's the reason behind that? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Okay, so definitely now you can see my screen, right? You can see Apple got this thing. So all the product-based companies, Microsoft ho gaya, Amazon ho gaya, Apple ho gaya, you will not be able to get their financial statements very quickly. But when you talk about Apple sort of a company, investor relation is sort of a kind of a tab hota hai. That's one thing wherein you get all the statements. Then you click on SEC filings, Security Exchange Commission. I explained this to you yesterday also. Fine. So SEC is there. What I have to do is, now here is the crux. If you look at all filings, right? Now understand this. When you talk about all filings, this is where you get to know what all things company is actually filing with Security Exchange Commission. Now, annual filings, quarterly filing, current reports, proxy filing, registration statements, section 16 filings. Now, this is something is useful for all the finance folks, right? But I can understand how does it really differ. Look at all filings. When you talk about all filings are going to be there, but this is not required by every person out there in the market. If you're a financial state, if you're somebody who is a financial analyst or equity research analyst, or maybe if you're somebody who is working in private equity, venture capital, investment banking, whatsoever, the main thing which is required for you is annual filing. Okay, annual filing may be did for the fact, like foreign companies, their annual report is called as 10K. Their quarterly report is called as 10Q, which we are doing currently. It's there. So the quarterly filings will be called as 10Q. Now, understand this. What is this proxy filing? We talked about this yesterday. Now, what is proxy filing? Proxy filing is basically, this is something you were not taught in the B school, so I'm going to give you guys an idea. Now, why do we need proxy filing? Again, there are a lot of accountants out there, CAs, CPAs, SEMA and all that. Not necessary that you will be using this thing, but as a financial analyst, you got to use this. I'll tell you why. When you talk about proxy filing, right? If you take the PDF of this is the proxy filing by Apple itself. Proxy filing shows definitely it's something that is coming from the companies that if you're not able to kind of go for the meeting, you can have your representative. But here, what happens is this proxy filing here is basically gives the agenda that what are we going to discuss in the upcoming meeting, and this is one of the important document for your shareholder also. So all the public limited companies in the world, they have to do the filing with SEC. In India, they have to do the filing with SEBI, right? So all the companies in the world, when you talk about the global companies, right? When you get a job in the investment bank and all that, this is what you will be doing. So you'll be kind of dealing with this sort of SEC kind of documents. So this shows that what we're going to discuss, what is going to be the agenda, and if there is any sort of special item that they really want you to kind of they really want to let you know, maybe sort of what's going to be the bonus this year that they're going to issue, what sort of going to be the let's just say compensation of your C-level kind of an executive. All these things will be kind of mentioned in here. So proxy document is one of the important documents from the perspective of financial analyst. Now, why is it required? It's required because you as a financial analyst, when you go there, go where? On the analyst call. That is something we're going to talk about later. When you as an analyst, when you sit down there and when you listen to all the C-level, CEOs and CFOs and CXOs, as an analyst, you have your own questions that, we want to understand why the company is not doing so good. I'll give an Indian example. Let's talk about ITC. Okay, let's talk about ITC. ITC shares are not doing really good. As an analyst, you can ask them that in the period of COVID, right, where all the FMCG companies are doing very well, why you guys are not doing well? Your share is not trading at 197. Right? That's very low from your 52 weeks and all the stuff. In the same way, you can talk to Apple. You can ask Apple that why your share prices are still going up. What is the reason? Because if you look at your products are not being sold in the market because of the lockdown overall, and you don't have iPhone 12 का manufacturing yet started because your plants are in China and your representative, your engineers really cannot travel there. What is making your share price to move the ladder up? You're getting the point. But now it's today it's down by like what? 32 cents. That's that's nothing. That's minimal. Okay, we can look at the share price. So all these questions that we can ask them, in the analyst sort of meeting. At the same time, proxy document की जो हमने बात करी, that actually helps you to understand. Look at this. Look at the agenda of this entire document. Role of board directors, board committee, annual board, everything. It's an 89 pages ka document. A lot of institutions, they will not teach you this, and that's what the problem is. It's quite important that you need to understand before even you as an analyst, you might be, so there are three things that we need to understand, guys. Number one is where you are working as an analyst. Doc not visible. Okay, let me make the doc visible. Okay. Fine. So I was saying the same. I was saying this as an analyst, right? Whenever you analyze a company, right? So you might be getting a chance to kind of get into the company's meeting, or you might not be getting the chance to get into the company, whatever it is, right? As an analyst, you need to have your facts in place. Fine. So let's just say you're a third person, you're a broker, okay, or you're working for a broker, or let's say you are in-house financial analyst, wherein you don't have the opportunity to kind of go and sit for the meeting, or talk to all the C-level people, right? Then what you can do for your analysis, these sort of documents are quite important, and that's what we do not do. That's the biggest mistake that all the students out there, all the financial analysts, they don't look into all these documents. These documents are Bible for you. If anybody who takes care of these documents can tell you to understand the nerves of a company, to understand the basic of a company. Understand this, there is this one point out here. If you can see, this is called as stock vested 2019. 2019 May, whatever employee stock options, those who got vested matlab, I'll explain the employee stock option ka matlab kya hota hai. All these are shares that all your CXOs and vice president, CFO, they're going to exercise. It means all these employee stock options are now going to get converted into actual shares in the market. That is required. Now there is something called as Edgar filing. I'm not sure if I can type in here. We'll talk about this Edgar filing in the upcoming sessions. But this is what you need to understand as far as your once again company's financial statements are concerned. So this is quite important. Fine. SEC filing mein chalte hain. Let me know if you can see my window. I am on Apple's SEC filing. Kindly tell me if you can see the window. Okay, fair enough. Now look at the all filings. What do you have? You have section 16 filing, one of the most important documents for financial analysts out there. One of the most important documents for financial analysts. A lot of people don't check this. I think CFA covers this sort of thing, but not in detail. Section 16 filing kya hota hai? Section 16 filing is very important. Now, if you look at section 16 filing mein kya dikh raha hai aapko yahan pe? Can you say name of all these people out here? Can you say name of all the people out here? We have all these O'Brien. You have seen these guys. Couple of guys you have seen at the time of Apple car opening. When Apple launches new product, you have seen these guys, right? You have seen this O'Brien and all that, right? Now, who are these? These are like all big shots from the company. Now, what happens is your form filling 16 gives you an idea that how many shares your directors are holding, how many employee stock options your directors are holding, all the top-notch executives are holding. This has a great impact on your financial statement. We will be covering that in ESOP का lecture. Excuse me. एक ESOP का lecture होगा जहाँ पे हम ये चीजें cover करेंगे. So this is what you need to understand. This is what you need to understand, that whatever we are doing out here, this is a real life sort of a knowledge, right? So whenever you talk about all the executives, and we will also be talking about case studies jahan pe for their own purpose. See, because if you are a director of a company, or if you're a CEO of a company, you're getting my point, right? I'll kind of cover this case study today itself. let's just say you're a CEO of a company. I'll give a great example of one of the top-notch investment bank. That's called as Lehman Brothers. Excuse me. Lehman Brothers, or something to do with the Enron, right? What happens eventually? why insider trading is important. So number one case study, excuse me, Elon Musk. Okay, what did he do? One fine morning, he comes on Twitter, he tweets saying that he will be taking Tesla privately. Okay, he'll take Tesla private. Okay, or something, some news he wrote it over there, and that news was amazing. The moment people saw it, they were like, oh my goodness, this is a great news. Something is going to happen in the company. Let me buy shares. So let's just say Tesla was trading at $100, hypothetically. If Tesla was trading at $100, Tesla kind of went to like $150. Fine. Now, whatever he did, was it correct? That was not correct. Why? Because when you are a sort of a company, when you are a public company, right? And when you're coming on Twitter and you're saying that, okay, something is happening in the company and people want to take that advantage, that is called as insider trading actually. And he was booked for that thing. SEC booked charges against him for that. They said that you manipulated your stock price, because what these people feel that as a director, as a CEO, if I'm holding the biggest chunk, the major chunk of my company's shares, right? And if I go in the market and make a news about it, right? What happens eventually is that the share price shoots up drastically. What I can do is then I can download my shares. So I have shares currently. Let us say currently Apple is trading at $320, right? Right? Whatever the CEO of the Apple, right? Mr. Cook, right? Whatever. So let's just say he comes up with the news saying that okay, we have this time and blah blah blah, and we see the profit to go up by 150% up. People get amazed by it, and they feel that okay, the company is going to do a fantastic job. So what they do is they buy company ka share fatapat se, and that's how the price shoots up. So what happens? $320 becomes around about $400. Let's say in 2 to 3 days ka time. And then if Tim Cook kind of let's say download all his shares, download in the sense start selling off all his shares, then he is making around about $80 per share. And all the CXOs, all the C-level people, they have major chunk of shares with them. That's called as insider trading. That's called as something not legal. And this is what you can see in Form 16 filing. Form 16 filing, you have to file it with SEC. Tell them that I have these many shares with me. I have these many employee stock options with me. There is a part that's called as Edgar also. When I was on Wall Street, I was working for one of these clients, and this is what we should do actually. That's where I'm coming from. That's what I'm telling you, right? That's case study number one. Number two, Reliance. When Reliance share on 23rd or 24th of March touched the 52-week low of 870 rupees. Right after 2 days, if you see the news, the majority of their promoters or founders, अपना मोटा भाई, respected Mukesh Ambani, his daughter, his son, wife, all started buying shares, and they bought huge amount of shares at the same point in time. Okay, they bought the shares at 870. Okay, now after that they cracked 5 deals. They cracked 5 deals in 4 weeks to get Jio on the digital marketing platform, and they got huge amount of funding. Right, we know it, right? Now look at where is Reliance. Reliance. let's have a quick example of Reliance. Okay. Okay, look at your Reliance. Let's go back to, okay, this is going to be your April, because I've been watching these stocks in so many years now. It's like by heart. Look at this 875.72 INR. What do you have today? 1470 INR. Huge upside. Huge upside. You're getting my point. Round about you have made round about 600 to 700 rupees per share. And when as a promoter, if you're holding round about lakhs of shares, per share 700 rupees you've made, multiplied by lakhs of shares. Imagine how much money you're making. But they cannot download, they cannot actually sell off all these shares right now. Otherwise, there will be a kind of, people will get a little bit kind of suspicious about them, that you did all these things just because you wanted to buy at low level and sell at high level. So that is the reason when you talk about all these, SEC filing and all for the companies abroad, this is quite important. So when you talk about filing as a financial analyst, I hope now where do you have to look out for filing, guys? Is this clear? Guys, is this clear? Okay, fine. Now we will move ahead with Apple ka actual financial statement analysis, and we will do that. One second. Give me 1 second. For that, we need to check Reliance website. We'll do that. We'll do that step by step. Guys, 1 second. Now, it's my tablet ka time. I need to 1 second.